It's Breezy on Ice in the back of another episode for the podcast. And so some of my picks didn't pan out the way they were supposed to pan out tonight, as far as the NHL playoffs. I did get, I think, maybe two right, but we're gonna dive into it right now. Tap into it. Let's check and see. Can't really remember off the top of my head. That's why ESPN is my best friend. The Yankees did win tonight, 3-2, um, against the Angels. They're 11-7 on the season, as the Angels fall to 500 at 9-9. Let's talk about the MLB stuff first. Mets beat the Dodgers 5-3 today. Tampa Bay Rays beat the Cincinnati Reds 8-0. The Guardians beat the Tigers 3-2. The Giants beat the Marlins 5-2. The Diamondbacks got obliterated by the Cardinals 14-5. The Phillies won 5-2. The Rangers 12-3 gave the Royals a beatdown. The Rockies took a beatdown by the Pirates 14-3. The Cubs gave the Athletics a beatdown 12-2. The Brewers beat the Mariners 5-3. The Braves lost 1-0. The Orioles beat the Nationals 4-0. The Twins annihilate the Red Sox 10-4. The Blue Jays get their ass beat 8-1. So that's basically all the baseball games on the docket so far. Kind of surprised that San Diego really won that game like that, 1-0. You know, Atlanta's a good team, as I always give them their credit and they just dues, because they are a good team. They're a very talented group. But tonight wasn't their night. They did held them to one run, so it was a close, tightly contested game. That's all you could really ask for. We're going to take a little peek at the standings. The Tampa Bay Rays are 16-3, still the best team in baseball, record-wise. Yankees and wow, Baltimore's hanging tough, man. Yankees is 11-7, Baltimore's 11-7, Toronto's 11-8. Let's see if Baltimore can keep this play up. This is going to be interesting. Usually, the American League East is a three-team race. It looked like, Baltimore's hanging around early, but again, it's early. It's still early. We have to see what they look like in August and September, in late July, making that push towards, the postseason. And if they are still good and still playing this way, they can overtake the Toronto Blue Jays as that third team coming out of that East of the American League. But we should see how it goes. We're going to go down to the Central, where the Twins is playing some impressive baseball, 11-7. You got the Guardians at 10-9. Detroit is 7-10. The White Sox is 7-12. Kansas City is practically like the second to worst team in baseball. I don't know if there's any team worse than that. No. Oakland A's and the Kansas City Royals are the two worst teams in baseball. 4-15 is KC, and Oakland is 3-16. Wow. As far as the let's get into the West. Texas is 12-6. The Angels is 9-9, 500. Houston is 9-10. Seattle is 8-11. And as you know, the awful Rays. Not the Rays. Damn, the awful A's. A's, just tongue-tied. The A's are a Desmo 3-16. Atlanta is owning the National League East right now with the best record. We are right behind them at 12-7. Then you have 10-9, the Florida Marlins, 8-11, the Phillies, and 5-13, the Washington Nationals. Then you go down to the Central. The Brewers, 14-5. It's good. Milwaukee's good. I think that the young phenom who had that bad knee injury or some type of injury he should be back. Probably playing well. The Chicago Cubs, 11-6, playing good baseball. The Pittsburgh Pirates are 12-7. Seattle is trying to work their way back. St. Louis is trying to work their way back into, that central race. It's still, like I said, it's still early. Still a lot of baseball left, but nevertheless, they're 8-11. Cincy's 7-11. And in the West, we got probably the biggest surprise of them all. The Diamondbacks at 11-8. The Dodgers is 9-10, and the Padres is 9-11. San Francisco was 6-11, and like I said, Colorado was 5-14. That's surprising because don't they have Chris Bryant out there with the Rockies? Either he's a right fielder or a center fielder. Pretty good young baseball player. Chris Bryant entering his prime or in his prime right now. He's supposed to be at his best years and of his baseball career. I'm not sure who else is on that Rockies team. I know at one point Trevor Story, I believe he played shortstop. He was a big deal. He has seemingly to fall off the face of the earth because I don't hear anything about Trevor Story anymore. Shortstop. I believe he might be on a different team now, but Trevor Story was a big deal just about maybe 3 to 4 years ago, maybe 5 max. Trevor Story was a big deal, with that Rockies team. And again, I don't know if he got paid by the Rockies and it just didn't work out, or he went somewhere else and got paid. Again, these baseball players, they get that bag and they load their bank accounts up and then they disappear. Hopefully that's not the case, but I haven't heard anything about him remotely spectacular in the last couple of seasons. So it just goes to show you how it is when these guys get to the bag. But that's pretty much it for the baseball news. My ticket just exploded because I had Springer getting the hit. I believe I had Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hitting the home run, which didn't happen. So there goes my ticket. Everything else pretty much checked off. I'm not sure because the Denver Nuggets and the T-Wolves, I believe they still playing. Last time I looked at the score, the Wolves was losing to the Nuggets, and that game might have concluded. But we'll cover that in a minute. As I go, we'll definitely cover it in a minute. But let's check and see the NHL. Check the NHL. So, the Wild and the Stars are still playing. The Stars is up by 3 runs, 6-3. The Kings is losing right now, 2-0. The Islanders lost to the Hurricanes, 4-3. Hurricanes lead the series 2-0. The Panthers beat the Bruins 6-3. That series is 1-1. Hurricanes is 2-0. So that's pretty much it for right now. The Stars are they can even up the series. I did pick them to win. The Kings is losing right now. The Bruins lost. The Islanders lost. So yeah, I'm not looking too good right now. And it's halftime for the Nuggets game. They up as they trying to take a 2-0 lead against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So once that concludes, we should see what happens in the second half of that game. It's going to be very important. Milwaukee Bucks did get the one without Giannis. Pretty much a coast-to-coast win, as they would say or call it. A coast-to-coast win. Well, not really. It was a coast-to-coast thing at halftime. They was a big, man. Big. But they lost 122 to 138. That's 1-1. The Lakers Grizzlies is 1-1. As the Grizzlies win by 10 tonight. And the second half has started. The T-Wolves is down by 10. And you know what? Dylan Brooks, why does he talk so much, man? Like, I just need that brother to play basketball and not do too much twerk. Whoa, pause. Not do too much chirping. He's doing a lot of chirping, man. And, like, you're playing the Lakers. That's led by LeBron James and Anthony Davis. He do know that those guys are, one is a living legend and one is gonna be one is a living legend and a Hall of Famer, and one is gonna be a legend if he can stay relatively healthy for the for the foreseeable future. But that Lakers team is a good team, man. That, like, you don't want to provoke those guys and with the shenanigans and shit. I just don't get it. Play ball, win a series, try to get to the Western Conference Final, try to actually do something, try to add some trophies to your trophy case, add some hardwares to your award shelf. I mean, these guys are talking and they haven't done anything, man. Are they a good group? Yeah, they got some talent, man. JJ is good. Moran is good. You know, Bangs, but they do too much fucking talking, man. Like, play ball and shut up. Like, I can see you guys won a championship. You guys not a dynasty. The only dynasty the Grizzlies are a part of, or or dynasty that they are, is just chirping and talking and doing all this unnecessary flexing. Like, win some shit, man. Get out the first round of the playoffs. How about that? Beat the legend. Beat the all-time leading scorer. Get rid of him in the Lakers. All right, and then beat whoever else is in front of you, and beat the next team, and get to the Western Conference Finals, and then talk to me if you get to the NBA Finals. But I don't see that I don't see that happening. I don't see them getting to the NBA Finals. So therefore, they need to just shut the hell up, play basketball, and worry about what's ahead of them, and stop chirping that. Stop doing all that damn chirping, man. Shit is real annoying. It's not, yeah, the game is about talking, but, like, you gotta have something to show for it. Back that shit up. Like, all that talking, you gotta back that up. Damn. Let's see. What else? Oh, congratulations to what's his name? Mike Brown. He won Coach of the Year for Sacramento Kings. Got them guys into the playoffs. Locked up the number 3 seed. Up 2-0 against the defending champion Golden State Warriors. Looking like they might win that series. Again, it's not over till it's over, but they're looking like they might win. And they're gonna win probably their first playoff. They won their first playoff games in a long time, and then I think this is gonna be their first playoff series if they shall win in a long time. They playing hard, man. They playing together. They're a good collective group. But at some point, the experience is gonna kick them in the ass. The inexperience is gonna kick them in the ass because they're not experienced with the playoffs as well. At all, not as well. They're not experienced with the playoffs at all. The only one that has some playoff experience and is a champion on that team, I believe, is Harrison Barnes. He brings a championship pedigree, being with the Warriors. He's a vet, so let's see how much he can, like, be a leader, because he will have to be the guy that can lead them, because he know what it takes to win, being a part of that Warriors organization and win that championship. So he has to be the leader of that group. He's definitely a vet, but he has to be the leader of that group with the experience that he has. Sabonis, I believe he did play in Indiana. So I do believe he has some playoff runs in him, but he's not as experience as Harrison Barnes, as far as winning it all and competing at a high level. So he's the guy that's the leader in the locker room. He's the guy that's going to be the one of rallying the troops and letting them know that, this is what it takes to win. We understand that De'Aaron Fox is the star player on the team. Him and Sabonis are the two stars. It's practically De'Aaron Fox's team. But he's that veteran leadership, and he's that veteran leader who knows what it takes to win. So you got to follow the guy who has the rings, or the ring and the championship experience, and going deep into the playoffs. And Harrison Barnes is that guy, and he's the guy that you got to listen to, and he's the guy that's gonna, that understands the process and what it takes. So he should be the vocal leader in that sense, and being able to show them guys what it is and what work has to be done, and keeping them guys grounded throughout the whole playoff process. And Mike Brown's a good coach. He understands what he has to do. Is he the best coach in the playoffs? No, but he definitely deserves, Coach of the Year. He's done a great job with that Sacramento team. Nobody expected them to be in the playoffs, and nobody expected them to be a number 3 seed, and nobody really expected them to be up 2-0 right now, and nobody really expected them to win this series, but they trying to, force their will and prove their point and prove that they belong, and that this ain't no fluke. But it ain't over till it's over though, and you can't count the champions out. They are champs for a reason. Steph and them guys are not going to just lay down. Steve Kerr is going to figure some things out. He's going to draw up some plays and try to slow down that transitional offense of the Sacramento Kings and make them play more of a half-court set basketball, and really keying on De'Aaron Fox, I believe, and he got to get control of Malik Monk also, and see who else can beat you. Let the odd guy on the floor beat you. You can live with that. Live with that results. You gotta pay attention to Harrison Barnes because he can stretch the floor, shoot the 3-ball well. But Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox, that just been killing the Warriors, man. They've been killing them guys, and we should see how this continue to play out, man. But it's gonna be fun, man. It's interesting. It's entertaining. It's definitely good basketball, good NHL, good baseball. It's a great time for sports, great time for sports. Absolutely great time for sports. I was going to do this in a separate video, but I might as well add it in here. I'm going to talk about the UFC anyway. Edwards and Covington is going to be fighting for Edwards' title at the next UFC main event. So that's going to be interesting. That Covington is getting his shot at Edwards. Definitely well deserved. I think it's going to be fireworks. We're going to see how Edwards does in his second title defense. He was successful in his first title defense against Usman. I believe he just has Usman's number at this point, and Usman goes to the back of the line. It's going to be a while before he gets another shot, but I believe he's going to work his way up through the ranking and get another shot again eventually. We got to see how he looks against Covington. If he can beat Covington and retain that title, that's going to be interesting. Covington is a good fighter, man. He's a good UFC fighter, so that's going to be highly anticipated. All odds is going to be on Edwards to see what he do. Wishing that brother the best. He definitely earned it, so you can't take nothing away from nobody that's earned. And hey, man, he got out the mud, so gotta give him credit where credit is due. Because like I said, in that Usman fight, he was definitely defeated the first time. He was wrapped up Um, Usman just had to put the bow on top of it, and he he kicked his way to a win because that kick put Usman out. He sent him to another multi-universe with that damn kick, man. And gotta give the brother credit because he came, he ran it back, and he beat him. Unanimous, I think was it unanimous decision or a split decision? Whatever it was, he won. More of the story: a win is a win, and that's all that matters at the end. Um, I want to know if I'm wondering if Valentina Shevchenko, if she's gonna be able to bounce back from that submission loss that she suffered. And she's in the bantamweight division. Was running that division for a long time. A lot of title defenses. I believe she had a couple under her belt, or more than a couple. But she has a confidence with her, aura about her. She found a way to dominate everybody she's been in the ring with, man. And she used to get them girls out of there quick. And she just happened to be on the receiving end of being submitted. Great grappler, great wrestler. Pretty good with the submission. Grappling and wrestling is a huge part of her background. So it was shocking to see her lose to a submission and to see her give it back up because, like I said, her ground game, it's not even, you can't find no flaws in it, but there was a flaw that night that she lost. So hopefully she doesn't have that Ronda Rousey effect, when you have that momentum of being good and dominating everybody you've been in the ring with, and boom, somebody comes and knock you off your square. And I want to see how she look when they run it back. Hopefully she fixes what she needs to fix and be able to retain the title again at bantamweight. But if she, hopefully she doesn't end up like Ronda Rousey, man. Valentina, she's a great fighter, man. She's a great fighter. It does a lot to the mindset when a fighter loses. It's the same thing with Anthony Joshua. Like, I bet like ever since Andy Ruiz, stopped him, he hasn't been like the same fighter ever since then. He doesn't want to really get hit. I believe when he get hit, he goes into that mode where he feel like he had to survive. I was talking about that before, and I feel like that Valentina can be in that book with him, Ronda Rousey, that when you get put in a predicament where you've been stopped or whatever, as soon as something remotely goes wrong, you enter that world again, and it's like being boxed in and not knowing what to do or how to go about it. You're trying to survive, and being in that type of survival mode is real taxing because it's always in the back of that fighter's mind. And when Holly Holmes kicked Ronda Rousey's head, and when she got back in the ring with Amanda Nunes and she got cracked, it just went. It was all going back down memory lane again. She went right back down memory lane. So I want to see how Valentina adjusts to what happened to her, and I want to see her conquer that and not end up like Ronda Rousey. I want her to conquer that and succumb to that and conquer that and not succumb to what happened to her and get back to the mountaintop. I believe if anybody can do it, she can do it. Tough woman, great UFC fighter. I'm down for it, and I want to know when this is a good question. When is Amanda Nunes and I think it's Juliana Penn. Is it Juliana Penn? I don't want to be saying something wrong, but I believe it's Juliana Penn. I want to know when they're gonna run it back for the titles. For the title, that's gonna be interesting. That's one that I'm looking forward to watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Valentine bounce back. And I'm looking forward to Covington and Edwards upcoming UFC fight. And yeah, man. That's all I got for now. Peace and love as always. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what I could do better. Let me know what you didn't like. Um, just leave it all in the comment section. But subscribe. Like. It's Breezy on Ice. And Breezy out.